For where we are right now. So far this year, we've played 30 games, and to date we are 30-0, which is perfect. You can't do any better than that. So far this year, we've outscored our opponents 1,690 to 785. So that is an average score of 56 to 26. So our average margin of victory is 30 points a game. So that's pretty good. In the regular season of SCAL, we went undefeated, 12-0, and we were the regular season champions. And this is the fourth season in a row that we've been the regular season champions. And this is the trophy that we got for winning the regular season championship. This is like the Stanley Cup in hockey, where you get to keep it for a year and then you have to give it back. And they put the names of all the teams on the trophy, but we've gotten to keep it now for 4 years in a row. So no other team in SCAL has seen this trophy in 4 years. And it says Syracuse Lady Eagles, Syracuse Lady Eagles, Syracuse Lady Eagles, Syracuse Lady Eagles, and it's gotten to the point where they have me go to my trophy game to get the thing on the bottom of it every year. He's like, "Oh, you're back." He goes, "You must have won again." I go, "Yeah, we are." So that's kind of neat. We won the SCAL playoff championship for the third year in a row, and if you remember that game, I don't know how you could forget, we won the championship game by 74 points. So that is as good you guys played as well as I've ever seen a team at this level play in that game, and it was really kind of neat because we really did save our best for last. We came out and played so well in that game, both on the offensive side and more importantly on the defensive side. And girls, want to make sure you let your parents know what wins games? Defense and rebounds, that's right. So if you only give up 9 points in a game, you are not going to lose very many games. So we've got this trophy for winning the playoff tournament championship. You might recall we got that there. And then a couple days later, we had our President's Day tournament here at Believers Chapel. And for the fourth year in a row, we won that. We've had it for 4 years. We've won it every year. And then we got this trophy for winning that tournament. And in that tournament, we beat Faith Fellowship for the fourth time this year. And you know how many losses Faith Fellowship had this year? 4. We're the only team that beat them. They were, other than us, they went undefeated. This was their year. They had Autumn was a senior, and she's been there for several years. And their coach really respected our game, and her father and what's the name of the other girl? Emily. Emily's dad used to coach the boys team at Faith Fellowship, and he wanted to he said, "You guys are going to a tournament at the end of the season, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay, you better, because you might be able to do well in one of those." And if you remember, in December, right after Christmas, we played in the North Spencer Christmas tournament, and this was the trophy that we received for winning that tournament as well. And unfortunately for them, we played Faith Fellowship in the championship game, and we beat them in that game as well. Now, in a couple of weeks, some of us will be heading to Liberty University to play in the East Coast National Homeschool Championships. So hopefully, if we do well there, we might even be able to bring some more hardware back. But we're going to go down there, more importantly, to play against the best homeschool teams on this side of the country. And there's a big homeschool tournament that happens in the middle, that's in the middle of the country, and teams from like Texas and Indiana and Ohio, they kind of congregate in that area, and then the teams from the East Coast go to Liberty, and so we're going to be playing against some of the best homeschool teams on this side of the country, and teams that, in some states, those teams get to play against public school teams. Now, we can't do that here in New York, but we're going to be playing teams that have been played against public school teams during the year. We've got our schedule, and I'm going to send that out to you. I'll let you know right now, the first day, we are in a bracket or a pool with 3 teams from North Carolina and 2 teams from Virginia and us. So it's kind of like the ACC tournament. We are not playing either one of the Virginia teams first. Our first 3 games are against teams from North Carolina. And interestingly enough, the teams that we're playing are from Wake County, which is where Wake Forest is, from Raleigh, North Carolina, which is where North Carolina State is, and my kids know Durham, North Carolina, which is where Duke is. So we're playing Wake Forest, NC State, and Duke in our first 3 games. The 2 teams from Raleigh and Wake are both 23-6, so they're good teams. The team from Durham is, I think they're like 14-13 or something like that. They've lost some games this year, but you really don't know what that means because, I mean, they could be playing against really good teams, and you know the competition on some of the games we play isn't that strong, so our record's inflated. But I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody knows that we're coming. The guy from Chris Davis, who runs the tournament, has a Twitter account, and he's been hyping us all season. And the last one he sent out was about us being undefeated. He goes, "Here they come! They're coming to Lynchburg." So we got this huge, big bullseye, and I know that some of the teams are probably thinking we're going to show those Northerners, you know, how to play basketball and try to get back at us for winning the Civil War. And but in any event, we're gonna go down there and we're gonna compete. You know, win, lose, or draw. We're just gonna go down there to see where we are. You know, I believe that we're the best homeschool basketball team in the Northeast. I really do believe that. I don't think I'm being prideful there. And we just want to go down there and see, you know, and if we go down there and lose all 5 games, okay. You know, now we know where we are. But we want to go down and compete and have fun. So we've done very well on the court so far this year, but we've also had some fun off the court. If you remember, we started the season, we went to an OCC women's game. The OCC women invited us to come to their season opener and treated us that we were their guests, so we didn't have to pay, which is always nice. And then we went to Trappers. I finally got you guys the wings that I've been promising you for a couple of years. Ellie's all happy about that. And then we had a pizza party on a Saturday. We don't get to play many Saturday games here at the chapel because once Upward starts, they take over the gym. But we had a Saturday game in early December, so we had a pizza party after that game, and that was fun. Of course, we had a blast in the hotel for the Christmas tournament, swimming and playing, and you girls staying up all night, being loud, and Riley's birthday cake and all that. That was really fun. We also had our annual dinner at Franco's in Ilion. Some of us couldn't eat that night as usual because unfortunately we play Mohawk Valley Christian Academy in the first, we always have to play the first 3 weeks of January because that's when they get their gym at Herkimer County Community College because it's break. So they always have us come down then, and it always coincides with Believers Chapel's fast. So unfortunately we go to this wonderful restaurant and some of us can't even eat. But needless to say, it was really fun to go to Franco's, and that's my hometown of Ilion, New York. So my mom and dad were able to come out to that, and that was neat. My uncle, I'll never forget going to those games because my Uncle George used to come and watch us play every year. And he passed away this past August, so he wasn't able to be there this year. So I missed him. But that's a memory that I'll always have, being able to have my uncle come to watch us play when we played at Herkimer County Community College. Some of us went to go see an SU men's game a few weeks ago, and then this past Sunday, some of us went to see the SU women play, and SU invited us to come, and they gave us a discounted price on some tickets. And that was fun because we really had great seats. I mean, we were like 5 or 6 rows from the court.
Yeah, really
and
good.
I was just sitting there thinking, boy, if we could only sit in these seats for the men's game, it'd be really something. And of course, we also went out and had dinner several times after games, including the night we won the regular season, and then when we went to that really cool restaurant in Waterloo after we won the championship. So I told them that if we do this again next year, we'll be back there. So they're expecting us to be back there next year as well. So they'll save some tables for us. So hopefully we can do that again. To you girls, I want to thank you for the opportunity to coach you this season. This was a wonderful memory for me, and you know, over the course of the last 2 months, I think it's been with some of the things that have happened to some people, namely Kobe Bryant. I'm realizing more and more how precious life is, and how we really need to just enjoy the moments we have together, and to soak up everything that we can. because none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. And some of us are. If you have a vote like that, you're guaranteed more than tomorrow. So thank you for the memories that we were able to build as a team together this year. I'm embarrassed them a little bit. I would like to thank some people. First, I want to thank my son Luke. Luke, you did the scoreboard for most of the nights as a service to our team, and we thank you for that. You did the scoreboard for most of the President's Day tournament as well, and it really is a blessing to be able to just know that you're going to do it and it's going to be done right. And it is a relief, because otherwise the parents would have to do it. And I know we're a volunteer organization and sometimes we have to serve and volunteer, but it's nice that you give the parents the break to not have to do that. So Luke, I'd like you to come up now and I'd like to give you a little gift. Okay. All right, Josh Hayden, who's not here tonight, but I'll give something to his mom to take home. Zach Skrupa and Justice Lamb. I want to thank you guys as well. Justice helped us out a few times with the scoreboard at the President's Day tournament and at the in our regular season game, and I'm going to embarrass him a little bit. He won the Most Christ-like award for his team last night at the boys' banquet. So congratulations on that. You know, of all the awards you can get, that's the most important in my opinion. Because, you know, some people are gifted with skills to play basketball and they do well, but choosing to live your life the way Christ wants us to is something that you choose to do on your own. So congratulations on that. So I want to thank you three guys for helping us out, not only doing the scoreboard, but some of you guys don't know, they would come and help us in practice, and we'd do closeout drills, and they'd stand around and they'd help us with those drills. And then sometimes when we would have a scrimmage or something, we'd be down a couple of players if they weren't there or sick or hurt, and these guys would fill in for us. So Zach and Justice, come on up here and get some candy, and pick one for Josh, and you can give it to Josh's mom so she can bring it home.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because I'm not.
Daniel Granger.
Yay.
Danny helped us with the scoreboard and the scorebook several times, and also sang the national anthem for us a couple times. He does a good job at that. They talked about him last night at the boys' banquet as well. And I want to thank you for helping us out and being there for us whenever we needed you. So if you can come up and get some candy, that'd be good too. Okay. And while they're picking it out, I also want to thank my daughter Ainsley. Ainsley's our team manager this year. She's been the last couple of years. And next year we're going to get her out on the court. She's been chomping at the bit to get out and play. And she practices with us on Monday nights, and she does a great job. And next year she's going to come out and be a part of us. She's going to be practicing all summer long and getting ready for that. So I have a little present for you too here.
Danny,
if you come and get that.
Danny, can you videotape us for a second? Keep the video going. Don't show that.
While she's picking that up, I also want to thank my daughter Michaela. Michaela's our assistant coach, and you know she's got a lot on her plate. She's studying full time at SU. She works a job a couple days a week. And so the time that she had to commit to come out and help us was limited. But whenever she had the opportunity to do so, she was here, and she helped us out a lot over break. And I remember when we went on the Christmas tournament, that she had a lot of fun with the girls in the room and hanging out with them, and that was really neat that she was able to do that. Fortunately for her this year, a lot of our games weren't close. so she did not have to restrain me from getting a technical foul, which usually is her job.
Yeah.
And so, Michaela, I really appreciate all you did to help. So if you come up and get a little gift, and we've got a little something for you here.
Oh, she gets a little boy. I see how it is.
And last,
Oh my God.
but
Oh my
certainly
God.
not least, I want to thank my wife.
She kills me.
You know, from you, some of you don't know this, but I don't just coach basketball from September to March with this team. I coach 2 AAU teams as well. So I'm pretty much coaching basketball 11 months a year. The only month I have off is August. And so we couldn't do that if you weren't taking care of things at the house at night and driving the kids all around. And I know it's hard sometimes, but we couldn't give to the kids this program if you weren't behind me, supporting me, and helping me do that. So I wanted to thank you for all you do and behind the scenes to make this program work. Okay, so now we're going to say something about each one of the players, and I got a little award to give them. She's not here tonight. Her